Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to NIO Now, the new channel just dedicated for NIO. Today, we're really excited to talk about NIO and its stock price. I have a bullish valuation. Disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor. This is for informational purpose only, and these are my opinions. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel. Also hit that like button and hit that notification button so when we do upload new videos, you'll get a notification. We want to grow the community. You can take a look at us at on Twitter and on the YouTube channel. So here's something that I'm going to be predicting. It's my own opinion from what I feel like and what I'm reading, and these are some catalysts or reasons why I think the NIO stock will go to $40 by possibly end of the year or maybe into the new year. And these are the reasons why I think the battery technology is a game changer with their also introduction of the battery as a service. I'll also go into that. If you guys didn't get a chance to, in the last episode, I went over this presentation, but it was towards like the end, so I'm not sure if you guys were able to check it out. If you weren't, I'm gonna go over it really quickly. Some of the reasons why, basically, for the new viewers, I'll just go over it. So basically, NIO is launching a battery as a service. It's a new trendy thing. It's about like, a subscription model. What is it, right? It's, in simple words, it's a subscription model for their battery usage. Consumers are going to pay a monthly fee. NIO is responsible for the maintenance and the performance of the battery. And the consumers will be offered two options now: ownership, full ownership with the battery, and ownership of the vehicle without the battery, which is going to be leasing the battery. And it's like cloud computing in a way. If you ever heard of Amazon AWS and you hear of all this cloud movement, cloud talk, it's like how Amazon has made it easier for companies to build servers online on the cloud instead of the companies having to buy the physical servers and maintain it and do all the work, right? Have to hire people. And what you do now is you basically rent out Amazon or Alibaba or Google or Microsoft Azure. You rent out their servers online, right? You're just renting out a space. So that model of subscription is very trendy. It's like something that's happening in a lot of different industries. So if you haven't seen how these swapping machines look, it's pretty cool. This is not a concept. It's real. Some of the pros and cons right away. Let's go over this really quickly. Is fast charging, right? We're talking about 3 to 5 minutes. That's what the estimates I've been heard of, depending on the situation. Continuous battery maintenance. So they're going to be always working on the battery. They're going to maintain you. Hopefully, you will always have a good performing battery when you swap it. The prices are getting slashed because if you lease it, you will get a $10,000, which is 70,000 yen cut off the price of the MSRP of the car, right? And then China is building smart cities development, right? They're developing smart cities all over China. Safety, you don't have to like worry about if the battery is old and new and maintaining it, and sometimes there's battery fires, and hopefully that they'll always be maintaining the batteries and you'll always have a good performing battery. Extended range, like I said, they're going to be extending the performance, and they'll probably have new technology in the battery, and they'll be able to work on those while you're swapping it for an old one to a new one. And it's trendy. The subscription model is very trendy. A lot of people like this monthly model. It's more fair for ownership. It's less costly for a lot of the new modern folks. Cons: it's very costly to develop, right? NIO is not profitable right now, right? It's like a 2-3 year old company. They're still struggling, but they're doing much better. They're growing. They grew a lot from 18, 19 now to 20. So it's costly to maintain these batteries and these what's it called, these batteries and in these swap stations, right? So you have operations, and it's not something that's cheap, right? And then another con is you're not getting full ownership of the vehicle if you go with the leasing program, right? You're just gonna have the car, and you're not gonna. So that might, for some people, they want ownership of everything. And another con is another ad monthly payment. Although it's little, it's not as much. It's still another monthly payment. But this is for luxury segment, so that might not matter. But scaling is challenges for not the big cities like Beijing or Shanghai, but some of the smaller cities in China, and how they're going to scale that globally, because there is talks about China going global, right? So the yeah, so these are the big numbers. Let's look at the numbers really quick. 143 battery swap stations, 64 cities in China, 800,000 battery swaps. This is not a concept. This is fully fleshed out. They're doing it right now as we speak. Consumers are using it. They get right in front of this station. They park. They park right in front of the station. There's an operator there. The operator takes it in, and they swap the batteries, which is estimated from 3 to 5 minutes. Right. Um, you save 70,000 yen, which is about $10,100 if you were to buy without having ownership of the battery, if you chose the leasing program. And in China, as you guys know, in the infrastructure in China and China as a country, they're going through changes. There's a lot of air pollution here in COVID in America. Even here in Silicon Valley, in Bay Area in California, we've been going through some wildfires, and it's very smoky outside. It's hard to breathe, and it's not quality of air is bad. Well, the Chinese have been going through this for a long time in their big cities, because they've been developing so much, and they've been catering to their 2 billion population of people. You've seen them wear masks. A lot of the people wear masks in the streets from a long time ago, from like 10 years ago, right? So they're really working on this electric movement, this going green, and really trying to remove pollution. So there's incentives to company to work on technology and get away from gas and move into electricity and electric vehicles. So that 10,000 tax exemption is pretty big. So for instance, if a consumer was going to buy a normal, like say a BMW 5 Series or a BMW X5, now they have an option of Tesla Model Y or a NIO ES8, ES6, or EC6 that's launching, right? So that's cool. And here's a quick message from the CEO Lee regarding the battery as a service. The advantages of our chargeable, swappable, and upgradable battery swap technologies will continue to enhance competitiveness of NIO products, promote conversions to our premium smart EVs, and create more values for our users. So he's trying to add value to the consumer, to the stockholder, to the shareholder, to the electrical vehicle movement, to the battery EV movement, right? So these are that's one of my catalysts. Another catalyst is autonomous driving. NIO is going to be working with Intel's partner Mobileye to build a self-driving autonomous. It's an Israeli-based company. In the tech scene in Israel is pretty strong, and they have a lot of fantastic and amazing AI technology and AI stuff going on there. And this is the future, right? Robotaxi, autonomous driving. Right now you have Waymo, you have Zoox that's owned by Amazon, Waymo is owned by Google. You have Tesla with their chip. You have Nvidia working with Mercedes. You have Cruise, I think that's part of GM. So everybody is working on autonomous. That's the future. Uber wants autonomous. Lyft wants autonomous. It's just the future, right? So NIO is, this is why I'm really bullish on it. If they can really work this out and really work on the technology and make it autonomous driving, it kind of works for them, because the infrastructure in China is gonna really help build that technology out for them, right? So that's a segue, nice segue for me to the next catalyst. Is China has 100 smart cities, or they're on the process of completing 100 smart cities and probably adding another 50 more smart cities. So you got to understand, China is a big country. They have a lot of people, um, and they have major cities like a lot of them 25 million plus in each of those cities, right? Those big smart cities. Um, so these smart cities, what do you mean by smart cities? I mean that um, so they have the highest number of smart cities, right? 5G infrastructure, right? New roads, right? Um, the cars will be talking to each other, right? The buildings will be talking to each other. You'll be able to connect to people's hotspots, and China is big on this. They're really trying to move forward with technology. So I think that they might be actually favored over other countries like U.S. or Europe or other areas in terms of movement and progress in autonomous driving, because it's a when the Chinese government decides to go forward, they all go forward at once and they just move forward, right? They have a one policy and they go forward, and their policy right now is to build smart cities and green cities and innovative cities. So that's really smart for them. And Huawei is a communication telecom and also a technology company. Obviously, it's banned in the United States right now because of a lot of this Cold War between U.S. and China. But Huawei has the best and the most modern 5G technology. Right now, we're all with 4G, and I think China will be having equipped and they'll be deploying all 5G technology. And that's going to make cars talk to each other. Phones in cars can was transfer data. So there's going to be more data transformation, right? And that's going to help build the AI systems and help because one of the reasons why I think Tesla is doing well with the autonomous and the chip that they have, they just a lot of people get this confused with the NVIDIA chip, which is NVIDIA has the best work in AI in their chip, but it's for a whole host of use cases, right? But for Tesla, they built a 14 nanometer chip from a guy, I think he used to work at Apple or somewhere like that, and they only built it specifically for autonomous and for the Tesla cars. Is the specs are made for Tesla, right? So that's why they're up and ready and up and going. And I've heard, and Kathy Woods from ARK Invest, who we like to follow a lot, and we really praise them and respect them. And even Elon Musk talked about it. He's tweeted about it. He's driving the new latest autopilot or autonomous driving. I think it's level 4 right now, I think, with them. He's driving it home every day. He said, I'm driving this new technology goddamn home every day, right? So he's the guinea pig. He's the one who's actually doing it, right? So there's the autonomous is real. It's gonna happen. It's just is the policymaker is gonna make it easy and work with companies and cities to develop this. And in China, they are right. They're gonna do that. They're gonna have the autonomous driving, the smart cities. So these are three strong catalysts already, right? And you're gonna see another strong catalyst is the EC6 launch is a crossover. It's the fastest growing segment in the world, I think, right? Everybody wants like sort of an SUV, but a sporty SUV. People want to go outdoors, go surfing, go in the park, go do this, go do hiking, go to the beach. They have kids; they want to take the kids out. And with SUVs, a lot of people don't like big SUVs. They want that midsize, and the midsize is basically a crossover now, right? So the EC6 launch is just in time to compete with the Tesla Model Y, which is in the lead. That's the car that everybody is aiming for. The Ford Mach-E is aiming for that. The Volvo Polestar is aiming for that. Jaguar I-Pace is already out there in production. As consumers already have that. Has been delivered. The Audi e-tron, right? So that's another big catalyst. The next catalyst is I think personally that analysts are not going to rate this company as an auto company anymore. They're going to rate it as a technology company, which means the multiples on the PE will be higher, right? This company right now is is not profitable, but that's okay. They're in their first couple of years, and you know they went through some struggles, but they got they made. I think it was a few months ago they showed they mass produced 50,000 cars with their partnership with JMC. That's a big accomplishment. They had a great Q2. I think Q2 delivery. Let's see, 10,331. I think that was their most delivery on any quarter. So that's another catalyst why I think the NIO stock can go to $40 in my opinion by end of the year, or maybe moving into Q1 of 2021. Guys, disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor, so this is for informational purpose only, and this is my opinion. And while I'm at it, guys, if you get a chance, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube, NIO Now. Also, we're on Twitter. You can find us on Twitter at NIO Podcast. We're also on Facebook, which is at NIO Now Podcast. We would like to grow this community. So far we've got a tremendous amount of support. I launched it just a few days ago. We've already got I think we're almost now at 100 subscribers already within like 24 hours. We already had a lot of views, a lot of people commenting. I think there's a lot. I have a feeling a lot of people really want to invest in NIO. They really like the quality of the company and the product. So whenever I talk about investments and with my friends, and I always think about CEO, the products and services, the addressable market, the competition, and the execution, right? So right now, NIO is a young, small startup, and it's growing, and it's not an auto company no more. It's a technology slash auto company. It's a battery company, right? I think it's a battery technology company, right? So that's a good segue for me to go into the institutional holdings and why it's being rated as a battery technology company. You can see right here as a technology company, the battery swapping, the AI autonomous, right? So the institutional holdings. So I'm gonna check it out on NASDAQ. If you go to NASDAQ, right, and you go to NIO Institutional Holdings, it's increased. Now the institutional holdings at 44%. And this is as of 6:30. This is the record on June 30th, 2020. You're gonna see this increase, I think, in my opinion, right? This was okay. So Bally, Guilford, and Co. They are big. They're one of the biggest investors in Tesla and a few other big technology companies. BlackRock. It's like BlackRock is like 401k retirement index, right? Vanguard is the biggest index out there. Vanguard Group, right? So big institutions have heavily bought shares in this company recently. This is the latest date we can get. Goldman Sachs, they've bought. Morgan Stanley, right? You have Credit Suisse, right? These are big banks and financial institutions, right? They bought a lot of stocks, right? I think for Bally Gifford, they're an early investor, so they trimmed a little bit, right? But they're taking their profits. They took their profits with Tesla as well, I saw. But BlackRock, Vanguard, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse. I think you have some more like retirement funds. So this is great news for Tesla community, Tesla investors. I want to highlight this part. I hope people get deep into the video, because my videos are full of data and content and rich content. So I want to give this information to all the investors, because I've talked to a lot of friends and they're investing in companies. They don't know what's going on in the company. This is something I learned from reading and watching Warren Buffett and Munger, his partner. He says when you invest in a company, open a piece of paper and write down the company and write down the reasons why you're investing. And if you don't have reasons why, that means you haven't done the research, right? And these are the reasons why I'm investing. And I think a lot of people are investing. And I think personally, in my own opinion, is the price will go to 40. So what's the price right now? Right now, it's at $14.12. Yeah. So the 52-week high is at $16.44. Yep. So the trend is going the right way. Another thing you want to look at the upgrades. One downgrade, but this I think he's gonna upgrade again. And Goldman Sachs, they just bought a bunch. And this is one, but everybody's upgrading to buy, to neutral or buy. So it's market perform, Bernstein and J.P. Morgan. So there's more folks will be. It's something. This is a boat you don't want to miss, and the Chinese government is gonna help that situation. I think personally. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into the channel. Please give me some feedback. We're really excited about growing the network, the community on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. You can follow us. We just opened the page recently. We're just following right now NIO. So yeah, and then yeah, we just this will be our third episode. We're gonna build content as much as possible. We're gonna talk about every subject that we can. So yeah, I'm really excited. Our viewers are really excited. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace out. Till next time.